We keep asking ourselves, when will Africa stop relying on aid when even the headquarters of African Union was built through aid? Even many African governments functions through aid. Our development programs relies on aid. And the interesting thing is, those who are giving aid to Africa also relying on Africa natural resources for sustenance. So how can one who has a bakery will continue to go to the bakery and sit outside begging for crusts? And that is why we are here today in Mauritius, one of the beautiful countries in Africa. Mauritius is indeed the image of Africa, the Africa that we know, the Africa that we speak about. Africa is not a country. Africa is not a tribe. Africa is not a race. Africa is a diverse and unique family. We are here today as family to discuss how do we progress as one people, one continent, one family. And how do we discuss the issue of economy? How do we discuss the issue of good governance? How do we discuss the issue of sovereignty when we do not take charge of our land? If we don't take ownership of our natural resources, if we don't industrialize, or let me use a new word, dangotize our natural resources. My country, Liberia, was founded in 1822, got independent in 1847. It was created for every African people. Liberia is a land, by definition, the land of liberty, declared in 1847 as a home for every African. A land with abundant wealth. We have one of the best gold in the world. We have diamond. We have one of the best soil for agriculture. A land that we're choosing for the return of our African people. That land today is still speaking of rules. The land today is still speaking of safe drinking water. The land today is still speaking of education. The land today is still speaking of infrastructure. The question now is myself, who are we? And why are we relying on others? When you read the Bible, you are told that one who gives, the hand that gives is a blessed hand. When you read the Quran, you are told that the hands that give is a blessed hand. But Africa have become the only continent on this planet with short hands. You know, the hands of a beggar is short to this, and the hands of a giver is long because it's given this way. And I'm saying to us, we must begin to identify ourselves. Who are we? When we want to discuss the issue of the economy, we are great people. We are people of nobility. We are a land of prosperity. We are people of dignity. We cannot rely on aid and think that we can be respected. We will only be respected if we honor ourselves, if we take possession of what we have, if we have value of what we have, and we begin to see ourselves as one people, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. When I was coming, I got a letter from a young lady, a 7 years old girl, in one of the villages in Liberia. And she lives at a mountain called Ulugisi Mountain. That mountain has sufficient gold. Imagine one private company in Liberia is taking out 900 kilos of gold every month. And Liberia is one of the countries in the world, in Africa, that relies on IMF, that relies on World Bank. And we know that IMF and World Bank were structured to keep us stagnated. We're structured so that we cannot make any movement. And if you permit me, let me read the letter from the little girl to you today. And this letter was addressed to God. You know, Africa is one continent, and African people are one people who are more concerned about God, the God that we have never seen, the God that have been proven that he's a white man, the God that we have been told that every evil angels that is black is the devil, the God that we are told that every angels that are white are good angels. And we look around us here today, there's no black man here today. We look around us here today, there's no white man here today. This is white color. Do we have anyone with this color? No. We are human beings. When you read the Bible, God didn't create black men or white men. God created humanity. So this little girl sent this letter to me to read it to you. And let me read this. Dear God, please forgive my tears. I haven't come to beg, but to make a complaint. You created the world and endowed Africa with abundant wealth. You graze our lands with waters and ample food. You blessed us with everything to dignify us. Please forgive my tears. I have come to plead with you to change the hearts of my leaders. They are turning your grace into disgrace. We are tested in the maze of abundant waters. We are hungry and jobless in the maze of massive resources and fertile land. Everything is being mortgaged in the name of concession, an agreement that unlawfully denies present and future generations. It wastes millions of dollars in taxes and leaves ordinary street sellers arrested for not paying taxes of $1 to $500 when their goods do not even reach that amount. Mothers struggle to earn $5 a day to feed their household and pay school fees, while the youth remain jobless, hopeless, unemployed. Our borders are barriers to aliens, but freeways to illicit drugs, illicit businesses. Those elected want to be served, but those that elected them. We have changed governments, but the truth is the government is always the same. Lord, please forgive my tears. I haven't come to beg you, but to plead with you to open the minds of our people. They have been tied to the trees for so many years with propaganda and deceit, and though you have freedom, they think they remain tied. Please remove the evil from the hearts of our leaders and give them human hearts, so that we can live together as one nation, one people.